Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Don't love that speaker.
I'll try not to. Welcome to Shri Sri Radha Bihari Mandir. Bihari Ji ki Jai.
Maybe we should give everybody the number to our internet provider and you can all call them and tell them how disturbing this is. Sorry about that.
I'm going to call him now. We'll all hear it.
He won't answer.
Okay. I know devotees should not be disturbed in any circumstance, but when the seva is being disturbed, excuse me, please fix the internet. You're disrupting my seva every day. Please make sure it works. Thank you. Jai.
Did he answer?
No.
So we will begin with Mangala Charana, and that is on page 1 in the small songbook. If you do not have the small songbook, I don't have any way to tell, but I believe with my heart that Jiva Pavana is here or will be here and will post the bhajans, the kirtans, and everything that we need so that we can all join in sweet kirtan together. So, Mangala Charana, page 1.
Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuttapada Kamalam. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuttapada Kamalam Shri Guru Vaisnava Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvetam Samadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamshcha Om Ajnanatimirambhasya Jnananjalashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namo Vishnupadaya Radhikaya Priyatmane Shri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Narayan Namine Shri Krishna Lila Katane Sudaksham Audharya Madhurya Gunaishcha Yuktam Varam Varenyam Purusham Mahantam Narayanam Tvam Shirashan Namami Tridandinam Bhakta Shiromanincha Shri Krishna Pada Jagadaika Hridi Chaitanya Leelamrita Sarasaram Narayanam Tvam Satatam Prapadye Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshaparine Namo Vishnupadaya Gaura Presthaya Bhutale Shri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Keshavati Namine Adivatya Charitraya Swashritanam Chaparine Jiva Dukhe Sadarataya Padaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Namine Shri Vaishnavani Devi Gaitaya Kripabhage Krishna Sambandha Vidyana Daine Prabhave Namaha Madhurya Jvala Premadhya Shri Rupanura Bhaktina Shri Gaura Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namostute Namaste Gauravani Shri Murtaye Dinakarine Ruparugam Virudhamar Siddhantar Mantaharine Namo Gauri Kishoraya Sakshat Vainamyamurtaye Vipralambha Sambodhe Padam Gujayate Namaha Namo Bhaktivedanta Sanchiranandamine Gaura Shakti Swarupaya Rupanugavarayate Gaura Virbhavabhumistvam Nirdishthana Sajanapriya Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Shri Jaganathayate Namaha Manchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Mahavaranyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratvashe Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Deenabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurani Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sudevi Pranamami Haripriye Jaitam Surato Pango Hamamannam Madevati Vatsarvasvatanam Bojo Radha Vadana Mohana Divyat Vrindaranya Kalpadrumana Srimad Ratnagara Sinhasanastho Shri Shri Radha Shri Govinda Devo Krishnani Sevyamanu Smarani Shri Mandra Sarasaramhi Vanshivata Tatastritava Karsham Venu Swarai Gopi Gopinatha Shri Estunaha Vrindaye Tulasidevyai Priyaye Keshavasya cha Krishna Bhakti Prade Devi Satyavatyai Namo Namaha Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhaktarupasvarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktatyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasari Gaura Bhaktavinda Cheto Darparamarjanam Bhavamahadavam Nirvapanam Shreya Kairava Chandrika Vitaranam Vidyavadhu Jivanam Anandam Vivardhanam Pradipadam Purnamritashvananam Sarvatma Snapanam Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam Hare Nam Hare Nam Hare Nam Eva Kevalam Tado Nasteva 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 gatiranyata. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Gurudev Baro Kripa Kuri, Gauravamad.
Page 33. And again, if you don't have the songbook, just scroll down to the latest or newest comment, and there you will find Srika Jiva Pavana Prabhu. He posts all of the kirtans and bhajans, and also so much nectar. If you search carefully, you'll probably find some. Dandavat Pranam, all Vaishnavas.
Okay, Vaishnava Thakur.
Page 39. Bhagavatamrita
Shuniyachi sadhum ke bole sarvajan. Page 51. Boro Suker Kabor Gai. Page 164 in this book. If you don't have the book, just go to the latest post to Jiva Pavana Prabhu, or the newest post, and there Jiva Pavana Prabhu very kindly posts the bhajans with the translations and sometimes beautiful commentaries. So thank you, Prabhu, for that. 164. We grew up with this bhajan playing almost every single day. Old Agni series. I've used 50% of my data. So it might cut off at some point. Is it?
I'm watching.
Oh, then we can also switch this. A little low right now, 1 second. Mata Guru Puja Gurudeva Shraddha Muni Shubhara Sihate Devika Jata Bhakta Vrindavanshi Jato Bhakta Vrindavanshi Amar sange chalo Maharaja kache ja Tumi kinde Krishna naam Tumi kinde Krishna naam Dasturi loli moya Purna bhavega Guru Doyala Nityananda Guru Doyala Nityananda Guru Doyala Nityananda Guru Doyala Nityananda Shraddha Matra Loye Paramoyananda एक बार देख ले जो के जा एक बार देख ले जो के जा गौर बोले नितारे सकल संभव Krishna Shiksha, then Shudha Krishna Shiksha. Jati Dhano Vidya Mano Nahore Aveka. Tamani Chare Maya Tamani Chare Maya Vihe Thako Mani Thako Natake Janya Arnai Prabhu Arnai Achandale Nirma Nirvayo Yama
Some connection problems on my side, so if I disappear, do the needful. Please don't disappear, Jiva Bhavana Prabhu. We need you. I don't think it's from our side. Although it is a bit fuzzy in and out. Kishori, it's going bad on yours. We should change it to,
Okay.
make sure it's on though.
Well, I don't, if you're able to go online there, then it's
I'm
on.
online, but it's really fuzzy, so I'm thinking it's from yours.
Okay. Bring it here. Temporary adjustment.
I'll try not to drop it like yesterday.
Yes, those are real lotus flowers.
Dying lotus.
Radha Vinodihari Ju Ki Jai. Radha Vinodihari, Radha Vinodihari, Radha Vinodihari.
Is that better? It might take a minute for it to adjust.
There we go. Is that better? Back to the other one.
We're gonna try to switch internet carriers.
Yes. Did you hear that? Mridul.
If you're
Mridul
watching,
Goswami
we're
of
switching.
Vedanta.
We're
You will have to
switching.
switch because your internet service is so unreliable.
Unreliable.
Unreliable servant of an unreliable master. Actually, his master is Vadaruman. So, okay. But your internet is not reliable.
Yeah, it looks fuzzy. As long as the sound is good, that's the best we can do.
I had one bhajan in mind, but I have changed my mind. Because of the nature of this material world, manda sumanda matayo manda bhagya vipadritaha, that the mind is restless, always disturbed. So I'm going to sing one that I might be able to actually flow with. No, Goranga.
Totally frozen now. Is it frozen for everyone else? Devaki Didi, maybe refresh it. It might get better. Jiva Bhavana says it's good there.
Okay. Kabe Aha Goranga Bolia by Srila Bhaktivedanta Thakur, page 80. Utenta. 80. Hari Hari Kabe Mor Hoibe Sudina. Page 122. Or whatever Jiva Pavana Prabhu posts, if he has not yet disappeared.
Don't disappear. Hari Hari, coming more, remains
It's going to be a different tune than that. That one goes too high and too low.
You can do it, I just think you're all bad. It's fine. I can just make up. Do it.
Hari Hari Kave Mora Hoibe Sudevi Ha Do you have access to this Vande Shri Vrishabhanu Sutapada?
No.
Page 342? No? So would you, Pavan, who may have it? I don't know. I was just asking.
Is there anything on the
Radhanam Parama Sukadai. Page 362. Radhanam Parama Sukadai. Ram Hare
This is on Kishori. So if that runs out, you have to make sure there.
All right. Let's see. Got to be ready for any eventuality. Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadale Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktāya Tadbhaktāya Namo Namaha Ajñānatimirāndhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namah Vishnupadaya Radhikaya Priyatmane Shri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Narayanitti Namine Namah Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nitti Namine Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Lankayate Girim Yatkripatamaham Vande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam. First of all, I offer my Dandava Pranam thousands of times in the dust of the lotus feet of our beloved Gurudev, Nitya Lila Pravishna Vishnupad, Ashtottara Shata Shri Srimad Shri Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaja. In the same thousands of Dandava Pranam in the dust of the lotus feet of Nitya Lila Pravishna Vishnupad, Ashtottara Shata Shri Srimad Shri Bhaktivedanta Swami Shri Prabhupada, and to all of our Rupanuga, Gaudiya, Guru Varga, and to all Vaishnavas past, present and future, including all of you who are present with us today, I offer my Dandava Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam, dear Vaishnavas, Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe. Today, a beautiful message went out to the devotees on different groups with Srila Bhaktivedanta Bharati Goswami Maharaj, talking about Pranayi Bhakta Sanghe. What is Pranayi Bhakta? Because in that bhajan Shuddha Bhakta Charanarenu, Bhaktivedanta Thakur says Pranayi Bhakta Sanghe is to associate with devotees, but what kind? Pranayi, those whose hearts are overflowing with love and affection for Krishna. And he said something very interesting about this kind of devotee. They're not any ordinary devotee, because they are completely connected with Krishna in love and affection. they have actually captured him within their hearts, then automatically, as Yasya Deve Parabhakti Yata Deve Tataguru Tasyaite Katitahyakta Prakashante Mahatmanam. Unto those great souls who have that implicit faith in Guru that they have in Bhagavan, completely surrendered to them, everything is automatically manifest in the heart. So Srila Bhaktivedanta Bharati Maharaj, he said, Pranayi Bhakta, he said when they go to any place of Krishna's pastimes, because Dhamera Swarupa Spurive Nayane, the Dham's Swarup, or the form, the nature of the Dham is manifested within their heart as a spurti. There's no need for them to prepare or to study or to plan what they're going to say with punchlines. Some people do prepare for their classes like that. Okay, when I come to this point, then I'm going to hit that punchline. And then everyone's going to be like, wow, 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 amazing, woo! And they practice it, they prepare it, and they also charge a lot of money for it. But the pure Vaishnavas have no need for any of that. They have no desire for money. They have no desire for name, fame, position, adoration, sense gratification. They are nishkam. They're without any material desire. They have no desire other than Krishna's pleasure, Krishna's service, and Krishna's happiness. So because of this, Krishna feels completely comfortable to rest within their hearts because they have no disturbing tendency. Everyone else is going. Srila Bhakti Kamal Govinda Maharaj, he told us this, that most people are only going to Krishna. Hey Bhagavan, give me this, give me that, help me with this, give me money, give me health, give me wife, give me children, give me house, give me, give me, give me. And he said his ears begin to burn and he needs a place to rest. So where does he rest? Tomar Hriday Sada Govinda Vishram. Govinda rests within the heart of the pure devotee because they don't want anything. They have no desire for themselves other than to serve and please Krishna. So there, because there's no noise, it's all perfect, beautiful and quiet, then Krishna can relax. He can rest peacefully within their hearts. So, Dhamera Swarup Spuri Benayani, because Krishna's name, forms, qualities, pastimes, and his manifestations, including his Dham, are not different from himself. Like we say, Mahaprasade Govinde. Mahaprasad is also not different from him. So Vrindavan Dham is also not different from him. Because they are connected by love to Krishna, then Dhamera Swarup Spuribe Nayane, the form, the nature, the pastimes of the Dham are manifested in their heart. So he said there's no need for them to study separately or to plan or prepare. When they go to any place of Krishna's pastimes, immediately upon placing their heads in the dust of that place, all of those beautiful pastimes are manifesting in their heart, and they can share those pastimes. And this is the difference between any Kanishta or even Madhyam Adhikari devotee coming up and that person who is actually connected. That person who's connected, everything is moving in their heart. This is known as Swarasiki Upasana. Automatic flowing, like a waterfall, just constant nectar pouring. There's no need to, you can say artificially, remember, okay, this. They don't have to think like that. Even Ashtakaliya Lila Smaran, our Srila Gurudev Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj said that to remember the eightfold pastimes of the day of Radha and Krishna, Ashtakaliya Lila Smaran, he said this is not necessary for those who are already perfect. For those who are already perfect, they are, in essence, in a state of samadhi. Samadhi means equal consciousness with the absolute truth, which means they have access at all times to all of the pastimes of Krishna as they are all going on always. And for those who are in the stage of sadhan, maybe very high levels, then they will remember the Ashtakaliya Lila Smaran. They will remember those eightfold pastimes according to a specific sequence. Srila Bhaktivedanta Bharati Maharaj also explained that sometimes we hear in the Harikatha of the pure devotees, that one pure devotee will speak about Damodar Leela like this, and another one might add a little adjustment or variation, and another one may say something like this, and there might be slight variations. The foundation is the same, but the variations might be there. And he explained why. He said, as the pure devotee is speaking, he said Krishna's pastimes are manifesting within his heart. From any universe where Krishna is performing his pastimes in any place at any time, they may have access. And just like, according to Kalpabhed, means variation in time. One Leela we hear that Hanuman dropped or placed Govardhan down where he is. Another Leela we hear that Pulastya Rishi placed Govardhan where he is. This was prior to when Krishna lifted Govardhan. So this is called Kalpa Bhed, or the difference in different yugas, or different kalpas, different days of Brahma. Krishna appears once in a day of Brahma, and sometimes there's a slight variation about how things exactly happen. There's a basic foundational structure of the pastime, but within that foundational structure, there's infinite variety. Just like you can have if anyone understands music, you can have a scale, or what we will call a rag, but anyone who is expert with that scale or rag can make infinite variations of that. So if the transcendental realm is the source of infinite variety, and really the source of all rag, and anurag, and bhav, and mahabhav, and all of that, then that is deep loving affection, and there are unlimited transcendental varieties of that, always manifesting. So the pure devotee, as he's doing kirtan of what he is witnessing, or what she is witnessing, they are receiving all of that divine nectar and sharing it, and there might be some slight variation here or there. We should not think that these variations are wrong. When it is tattva siddhanta, means foundational, essential truths, like the building blocks. If there's variation on that, then there's a problem. The tattva, the essential foundational truth, must be the same across the board. But the details of what goes on within the palace, which is built on the foundation of essential truth, those details can vary somewhat. We have an apartment that we are staying in, and within this apartment, even though there's a general structure of how things go on, they don't go on exactly the same every day. Thakurji's outfit changes. The prasadam is slightly different every day. There's some change, there's some different. What I'm speaking is different. Although the foundational structure within it can vary. Although there's some general, right? It's always prasadam, there's waking up, there's going to sleep, there's communicating, there's taking care of Thakurji, there's offerings. There's some basic foundational structure, but there's also variety within that. So I just want to share that, what Srila Bhaktivedanta Bharati Maharaj said, because I found it was very beautiful, that the pranayi bhakta, the devotee whose heart is overflowing with love and affection for Krishna, they have no need to study to prepare to present a punchline. They are receiving and sharing the as it is manifesting in their heart. And this is just such a beautiful thing. And from wherever that is coming from. However, Krishna is choosing to present it to them, or wherever they're able to collect that nectar from. You know, bees, they fly from their hive and they go to so many different flowers. It might be a field of the same kind of flowers, but still, each one has its own nectar, and they're there taking. So, Rupa Goswami also prays like this. Let my mind be like a bumblebee. Manmanasa madhukaram arpaya nijapada pankajamakarande. Let my mind be like a bumblebee that is always going to the lotus feet of Krishna, which are like reddish lotus flowers. Now they're drying up a little bit, but today we have today we have lotus flowers offered for Thakurji. So, let me just double check here, make sure everything's still working. I forgot to look down. It doesn't show that it's off.
It's off.
Really?
Yeah. You're connected to Kishori.
On the iPad? Anjali. The material desire is to save Vrindavan. It is also a material place. I've seen enough little Krishna to know that. Daya, 11 years old. Interesting subject. Vrindavan is transcendental. But my eyes, my vision is mundane or material. Because of this, and because my heart is saturated with material desires, then I cannot see the swarup of the Dham. Dhamera swarup spurive nayane. Because my vision is mundane, my heart's desires are mundane, then I'm only experiencing the externals of Vrindavan. So that's the difference between a conditioned soul and a transcendental soul. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita says that the pure devotees do not exactly see the material world and the workings of the material world like we see it. Rather, they see their Ishtadev, or Krishna, present in everything, and they only see everything in connection with their Ishtadev. So it's a complete change of a completely different kind of vision. And I will give a material example. I might have told it before. When I was in university, California State University of Los Angeles, every day I would go from my classes during lunchtime. Couldn't really eat much there. I would get like a bag of peanuts and raisins or something. And then after that, I would go to the student lounge. And on the way into the student lounge, there was a little field off to the left where they would sometimes have little concerts or any display of anything. And at that time, it was popular for them to show these posters. I don't know if you remember these posters. It looked like a bunch of little shapes on it. Just some random colors. It looked kind of weird, like maybe if someone threw glue onto a board and then threw a bunch of flower petals onto it. It looks like that. And it doesn't make any sense. And I saw people standing in front of these posters, staring at them. And I'm like, what are you looking at? And they're like, if you look really carefully, you can see all kinds of images inside, and they're all in 3D. And I was looking at it, I'm like, that's a 2D printed poster with a bunch of garbage on it. And I was like, yeah, right, okay. And then I left, and the next time I came by, I saw another person just staring at it. I'm like, what do you see? And they said, oh, I see pyramids and palm trees and camels and rivers. And I'm like, what? I couldn't see it at all. And they were standing there for like an hour just looking at everything. And finally I became a little interested after some time. I was kind of looking at the outside, just thinking it looks just like garbage. It has no meaning whatsoever. And they said, no, if you look at it properly, with the right vision, then you can see what's inside. And I'm like, how do you do it? And they said, well, you have to stand in front of it and stare at it. And so I stood for like 10 minutes staring at this poster. And I'm like, I'm not getting anything here. And they're like, no, you got to do it right. So then they kind of stood behind me and they said, now cross your eyes. And I was like, I'm still not seeing anything. And they said, now slowly uncross them. And you might see a flash of something. And so as I was following those very detailed instructions, for just one moment, I saw some kind of 3D image. I thought I saw a pyramid and a palm tree. And I was like, wait a second, I think I saw something. They're like, good, do it again. And so I stood there and I really had to concentrate, cross my eyes, uncross them, and then I was able to eventually, this was like a sporty, one momentary vision of that thing. Deep inside, it was all three-dimensional space. And from the outside, it just looked like garbage. And after some time, I was able to focus and hold that vision. Instead of only seeing the garbage, I was able to see inside, and I was able to look at everything and relish the amazement of this 3D image inside this poster. And because I was trained to do it with that one, then any other one I looked at, I was also able to accomplish the same thing. And for me, that was quite a revelation, because we hear that in the transcendental realm, Sri Guru does the same thing for us. Tad vidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshinaha. Because they have known, they do know, they experience, and they have seen the truth in reality. Not just a 3D image within a 2D poster, but they're actually able to see the transcendental reality. If we follow their instructions exactly, they will teach us, they will train us, and give us the vision to be able to see that transcendental reality. Eventually, we might be able to see any spurti, momentary darshan of it, and then after some time, we will be able to hold that darshan in our heart. So, although the example was material, still we can apply it to the spiritual. I don't know if you've seen that picture of our Srila Gurudev showing us how Radha's name is in every peacock feather, and why Krishna wears that peacock feather on his head. He also sees Radha's name in every peacock feather. And Gurudev was trying to show us, and we were like, but we can't see it. And he's like, you need the eyes to see it. And Krishna said the same thing to Arjuna. You need divine eyes, divya drishti, to be able to see my universal form. Krishna told Arjuna that he requires that. So by a transcendental vision, we will be able to see the transcendental swarup of Vrindavan. But this means a shift of heart, a shift of vision, and a shift of faith must be there. Otherwise, we will only see the external garbage, like that poster. We will only see the external, but we won't be able to go deep inside. So by being under the guidance of one who is a knower and seer, an experiencer of the truth, Advaigyan Tattva Braje Brajendra Nandan, who has realized, who is practically experiencing their eternal relationship with Krishna, by being under their guidance and following their direction, then gradually we will also be able to awaken our relationship with Krishna. Nayane heribo sada yugala uparashi. By taking shelter of these pure devotees, then within our eyes we will be able to behold the beautiful pastimes of Sri Sri Radha and Krishna. This is told in the Tulsi Bhajan. It's also told in Gauranga Balite Havit Gulaka Sharir. Vishaya Charya Kabe Shuddha Have Manu. Giving up this enjoying tendency, our minds will become purified. Kabe Hama Herabo Sri Vrindavan. Then we will be able to behold Sri Vrindavan. Rupara Gunata Pade Hoibe Akuti Kabe Hamabujabo se Jugala Piriti. By the mercy of Rupa and Raguna, by their blessings, then we will be able to behold, we will be able to see the beautiful pastimes of Sri Sri Radha and Krishna. So because that was mentioned, yes, Vrindavan can definitely be like a material place. Some people come here just to shop in Loy Bazaar. Interestingly enough, Srila Gurudev Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaja once said that Krishna is present everywhere in Vrindavan except for Loy Bazaar. So if you know what Loy Bazaar is, most people go there to shop, to buy clothes for themselves and jewelry for their friends and family or whatever. And it's a place of enjoyment and hangout and everything else. So he said Krishna is everywhere except for Loy Bazaar. But really, Krishna is actually present within the hearts of the devotees. According to Shastra, one should not come to the Dham unless they are under guidance, because they will only see the material features of the Dham and they won't understand the transcendental features. Just like Ravana tried to kidnap Sita, but he was only able to kidnap or take Chaya Sita, the shadow or Maya, the illusory form of Sita. He could never touch the real Shakti of Bhagavan. So in the same way, if we still have this Ravan-like mentality to exploit the material energy for our own enjoyment, then we may not see or have the adhikar, the qualification to experience the real Vrindavan. We will see pigs and sewage and other things and so many difficulties and problems and argue and fight and whatever else, but we won't be able to enter into Vrindavan proper. Vrindavan proper is the place of Krishna. Krishna's pastimes are going on here now and in every atom of creation. Who has the eyes to see will see that. And who does not have the eyes to see will only see the material energy. And yet, still, there is so much potency in this particular place that still some echo, some influence, some smell, some fragrance of Vrindavan's transcendental nature can touch us. Just like fire will burn even if one is not aware. If you touch a fire, I don't know what is, it's bright, it looks like this or that, and you touch it, it's hot. It still has its effect. But in the transcendental realm, the depth of effect takes place according to the depth of one's love in their heart for Krishna. So I appreciate that. And some people have this material desire to save Vrindavan. It can be a material desire for some, and it can be a transcendental desire for others. We've seen our Guru Varga, one of their main functions is to establish or to awaken, to discover the holy places of the Dham, and also to maintain them. Our Srila Gurudev, Srila Bhaktivedanta, Narayan Goswami Maharaja engaged himself and a lot of his own energy and also the energy of his disciples to bring these holy places into prominence again, because they were falling apart, dilapidated, they were becoming lost. And if he didn't bring them back, they could be lost forever. Like if you go 3/4 around, maybe halfway on the Parikrama Marg, there's a little place there known as Vyasakup. When they changed the road and brought the highway, what is that one? Yamuna Expressway. They made a road in, so they adjusted the road coming into Vrindavan. At that time, they put so much dirt and soil and everything that that small little temple was practically covered with dirt. And most people don't even know about it. But when we went there with our Srika Gurudev, he stopped there and he said that Ved Vyas, he was writing Srimad Bhagavatam, or dictating it, in Badri Narayan. Here in Vrindavan, there's a place called Badri Narayan, Badrinath. It's way out there, but it's a very beautiful place. But when he needed to write the section on Rasa Lila, then he needed to be much closer. So he came here to Vrindavan and sat in that place known as Vyasakup, facing in the direction of Vangshivat, where Krishna had danced with millions of gopis. Sitting in that place, then he was able to witness the beautiful pastimes of Krishna known as Rasa Lila. And there he was able to manifest that section of Srimad Bhagavatam. So for us, that is the highest, where Krishna is telling the gopis, I cannot repay you for your love and affection. And they've completely controlled him by their love. So Vyasadeva has manifested this, has witnessed, and then is doing kirtan by manifesting it in the form of Srimad Bhagavatam from that very place. And without personalities like Srila Gurudev, who have the eyes to see these pastimes, who have the capacity to witness what happened where, then these places could be lost forever. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sent so many personalities here to Vrindavan. First, Bhugarabha Goswami, Lokanath Goswami, that they should help to uncover or rediscover the lost places, the lost deities, the lost temples, the lost pastime places. And then after them, very soon afterward, Rupa, Sanatan, Raghunath, Das Goswami, Jiva Goswami, so many others came, and they also discovered so many transcendental holy places, manifested those places. And Mahaprabhu himself came here and personally remanifested, rediscovered Radha Kund and Shyama Kund. So without them, who would have known about these places? Jari Gauranga Nahito Tabe Ki Hoito. Kemane dharitam de radhara mahima prema rasasima jagate janatoke. Without Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who would have known anything about the love of Radha and Krishna? And without Rupa Goswami, who could have known about all of these pastime places of Braj? The difference between the pastimes of Braj and Mathura. Who would have known about the moods of the Brajavasis? Go Janata Brajanita. Who would have known without their mercy? So we are hopelessly indebted to them and those who are following in their line. Our Rupa Nuga Gaudiya Guru Varga. How they are bringing so many people here and actually rediscovering or re-manifesting all of these holy places. And now they're, you can say, building up, like what our Gurudev did at Surabikund, at Govardhan. It was becoming lost and basically being used as like a trash pit. And then he made it into a beautiful ghat with these stone steps and made it very nice. So that when people come there, they understand this is a respected holy place. It is not a place to throw your garbage. So the pure devotees see it according to the relationship that this dham has with Krishna and what pastimes took place there. Like when Akrur came, just near to Pavan Sarovar, just down a little bit from Pavan Sarovar, there he saw the stones, and because he's a pure devotee of the Lord, he was able to witness the pastimes of Krishna there. And immediately he saw Krishna's footprints, he recognized those footprints, and he was rolling on the ground, rolling on those footprints, taking the dust on his body and experiencing ecstatic transformation. So, those who are pure, they can witness all of these things, and those who don't have that pure vision, they might see all sorts of other things. Oh yeah, it's a good place to go shopping. The price is good. Well, it's not so good anymore. Price is almost equivalent, if not more, than what you would spend in the US if you went to Marshall's or Ross. Now it's more expensive to buy anything in Lord Bazaar. But still, you can get things custom made. You can do so many things. Or you can be born here, raised here, and just be meditating on the day when, really, there's a boy around the corner. Every once in a while we chat, and he's like, do you know any Western girl who's interested to marry a Brajbasi? I'm like, why do you want to marry a Western girl? He's like, I like Western girl. If that's their desire, then can that be considered that one is actually in Vrindavan? Only thinking, I want to make money, I want to go to the West, I want to marry a Western girl, and living that for years, after year, after year, after year. This is not the proper mood of being able to be in Vrindavan. That is not the definition of a true Brajabasi. Srila Gurudev, all of our Guru Varga, our Guru Parampara have explained what is a Brajabasi. Vishuddha Brajabasi, one whose heart, one whose mind, one whose every moment is completely saturated in Brajabhav, Brajaras. The moods of the real Brajabasis, the eternal associates of Krishna. Those personalities are Brajabasis. Vande Rupa Sanatano, Raghujago, Sri Jiva Gopalako. These kinds of persons, they're really Brajabasis. And so many others, they can live here, they can be here, but that's not the definition, the real definition of a Brajabasi. One who is residing within the bhav, the moods of Vrindavan, with love and affection for Krishna, without any desire or attraction to anything else outside of loving and serving Krishna, like the Brajabasis, Krishna's eternal associates, that person can be considered Brajabasi. So such a great soul is extremely rare, and if we obtain the opportunity to associate with such a person, then we are also the most fortunate of persons. And if we have the opportunity, or if we actually take what they have given, not just physically associating, but actually imbibing, putting into practice within our lives and making the endeavor to hold on to that real Brajabasi, holding on to their feet and not letting go. Like Gurudev told Sudevi, you hold my little finger and don't let go. She said, I won't, Gurudev. He said, never let go. If we hold on like that for dear life, to that personality, meaning following their instructions, applying it in our lives, giving our very best endeavor always, and not giving up, not losing hope, not distracting our mind with all the wonderful distractions of this world. My God, all the advertisers, how they're trying to pull your mind into everything else, to take your energy, your attention, your mind. It's just Maya within Maya within Maya within Maya. And we have an opportunity to somehow absorb ourselves in Krishna. If we take that into our lives and we hold on for dear life, then we are the most fortunate of souls. So now, I want to continue going beyond Vaikuntha with you. This transcendental treasure is the heart's commentary of our Srila Gurudev, Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, full of ras and bhav on Sri Sanatan Goswami's heart's manifestation, Sri Brihad Bhagavatamrita, the history of the journey of Gopakumar. So we will pray in the dust of their lotus feet in the words of Raghunath Das Goswami, Vairag Juga Bhakti Rasam Prayatnair Apayana Mam Anubhikshamandam Kripam Vidirya Padadukaduki Sanatana Swam Prabhum Ashnayami. Begging in the dust of their lotus feet that may even a particle of their moods which are present within these pages manifest themselves within our hearts. May even a particle manifest itself within our hearts. So yesterday Srila Gurudev was actually speaking about this particular subject, the subject of depth of connectedness. He was talking about how when Raya Ramananda and Swarup Damodar Goswami would come to see Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the Gambhira in Puri, when they would come to see Mahaprabhu, they would only speak maybe a little bit here and there. And Mahaprabhu would weep and weep in separation for Krishna, experiencing the bhavs of Srimati Radhika. Govinda Das, his servant, was not able to understand the depth of that interaction. He couldn't understand that interaction. And he was thinking, why are they always coming and making him cry? And he would wipe Mahaprabhu's tears. Like with Srila Prabhupada, our Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Once Srila Bhakti Rakshak Srila Maharaj came to see him, and they had a conversation for many hours. And afterward, the devotees were asking Srila Prabhupada, what were you discussing? And he said it was so deep that if I were to tell you, you would just faint. It means you could not handle what we were discussing. So what was going on in their conversation? It's too deep, too esoteric, too beautiful, too real for any normal Baddha Jiva to be able to handle. So here in this case, Srila Gurudev is speaking about Govinda Das. He would think that why are they making him cry? Prabhu, he's telling Mahaprabhu, please don't cry. So Gurudev yesterday ended here. That servant who is physically nearer is not necessarily actually nearer. It might be, but he's saying is not necessarily better. In this case, the servants that remain farther away from Mahaprabhu, meaning Raya Ramananda, Swarup Damodar, are actually higher. It is not a question of the physical proximity or distance, but of the heart's nearness to or distance from him. So closeness is not necessarily a function of physical proximity. Srila Rupa Goswami gives an example in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, explaining the mood of the gopis. We don't want to materialize it. But as one who might be in their home, but who has a beloved outside, and that beloved is Krishna, is only thinking of their beloved 24 hours a day. No matter when they're sleeping, when they're going to the bathroom, when they're cooking, whatever they're doing, even when they're massaging the feet of their own husband, only thinking about their beloved. But yet everything is going on perfectly inside the household, so nothing can be understood of what is in the heart. In the same way, one should develop their love and affection for Krishna. Outside it looks normal, like Mahaprabhu told Raghunath Das Goswami. Be like normal in the world, but within your mind and heart, Braje Radha Krishna Manasa Seva Koribe, always thinking about, meditating upon and serving Radha and Krishna within your heart. Krishna likes it. So, her husband is there, physical proximity is there. But her mind, her heart, everything is running to Krishna. So where is the closeness? Physical proximity or the closeness of the heart? The closeness of the heart is much more close than the physical proximity. So the heart's nearness or distance is not a question of physical proximity. That service to Hari, Krishna, to Guru and the Vaishnavas, in which there is the most love, that is the best. The service in which there is the most love is the best. So someone can give millions and millions and millions of dollars and build tons of temples and do so many things. And that might be easy to do, but to give one's heart, to submit completely, to give one's soul, to surrender, that might be very different. There might be some devotee who has nothing, no money, no home, no nothing, but has completely surrendered their heart and soul. And someone else who has millions of dollars, who's giving donations to Gurudev saying, I'll give this to you if you do this with it, if you do that with it. Controlling Gurudev with the donation. This is the condition. Conditional relationship. And someone else giving their heart, their soul, everything. From one perspective, it seems that the one with all the millions is doing so much, but they're keeping their heart to themselves. And the one with nothing physically is giving their heart fully. So who is actually closer? The one who is serving with the most love and affection. Krishna is not interested in how much money we have. He is the possessor of all Lakshmis. The source of all Lakshmis. Sarva Lakshmi Mayi Srimati Radha Thakurani. He is the source of that Shakti. What does he need with our wealth and money? He's given us independence. Our independence is really only to withhold our love and affection and try to use it for ourselves, or to give it to Krishna. That's our independence. It's not like the big independence that we think we have. We have that choice. And if we decide to give our love to Krishna, that's the one thing that's attractive to him about us. That we have that tendency to love. And if we choose to give it to him, he will be very eager and greedy to accept it. Okay. Kishori, she was just referencing the physical proximity, closeness of the heart. I'm praying one day we can actually be in Vrindavan properly. When the four Kumaras arrived at Vaikuntha, the gatekeepers there, Jai and Vijay, raised their sticks and said, "You cannot enter." Thinking that they were the masters there, they prohibited the four Kumaras from entering. Should those doormen have thought that since the Kumaras had come from a long distance, They couldn't have known that it was time that the Lord takes rest, that it was the time that the Lord takes rest. The Kumaras knew everything. They came in humility with folded hands, but they knew everything. Jai and Vijay did not understand the feelings and the prema that the Kumaras have for Bhagavan. Is it like this only sometimes? Most of the time, it is like this. Most of the time, it is like this. One who is serving near to the Lord or near to the spiritual master cannot understand the devotional sentiment of those who are serving at a distance. Therefore, we should be careful not to think so highly of ourselves, and we should always remember the misfortune that came upon Jai and Vijay. We should understand how to behave properly and avoid being arrogant. During the last couple months of Srila Gurudev's manifest presence in this world, there was one very sincere devotee who was there. And this devotee wanted to make an offering to Gurudev. Not even to see him directly, but this devotee decorated a beautiful picture of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada on his day with a garland and wanted to just have that placed in Srila Gurudev's room for Srila Gurudev so that he could also see his Param Gurudev and honor on that day. With a very sincere heart, very soft heart. Someone else who was also present at that time, mind you, everyone was on edge, so more emotion was rising at the time, but they became very, very angry at the other devotee, the one who was closer to Gurudev, who was in charge of this or that, and I'm not telling any names. They became so angry at this other devotee, they were screaming at them, shouting at them, yelling at them, telling them to get out. And that moment I was witnessing, I was like, my God, this is the most horrible, terrifying thing I've ever seen. This devotee, this simple-hearted devotee, was just trying to make a nice, sweet gesture, an offering. And the way that their seva was disregarded, the way it was cut, the way it was, I just saw this is such intense offense that I don't even want to be here, and I can't be here anymore. And Sudevi and I actually decided to leave from that point because we had no ability to do anything about it. We actually decided we were leaving. And within a couple of days, actually, Srila Gurudev departed. But that devotee said, he might as well have just shot me in the head. It was so painful.
He left before we did.
Yeah, Srila Gurudev departed before we left Puri at that time. But when Gurudev was speaking this, I was just remembering that it's very easy to get this abhiman, this ego, that I am close, I am near, therefore I understand everything, and all of you, are worthy of nothing, kind of thing. You are insignificant, and very, very heavily handed chastisement can come. So Gurudev here is saying, we should be careful not to think so highly of ourselves, and we should always remember the misfortune that came upon Jai and Vijay. We should understand how to behave properly and avoid being arrogant. Gurudev is also speaking to me here, although I was not physically close to Srila Gurudev. These tendencies are also present within me, and everyone can feel their own pulse and see to what degree we have these tendencies to think that I understand, I know better, everyone else is just, small-minded, small-headed, they don't know any better. My position is right and your position is wrong. I can't believe you people think like that. These kind of moods come up. Polarization takes place, and it's so unfortunate that these days so many devotees are literally at each other's throats over mundane things. oh, if you believe this, or if you like this politician or this, unfriend me and I never want to talk to you ever again. These kind of things are going on, and it's very sad that a mundane situation should take precedence over the eternal relationship with Krishna and the relationship of soul to soul in service to Krishna. That we would fall into this mundane thing where devotees are actually heavily, handedly hitting each other with all sorts of mundane ideas and ideals. So, I'm no better than anyone else. I like to get involved with everything. So, I should understand how to behave properly and to avoid being arrogant. And if I have done this with any of you, please find it within your heart to forgive me. But more than forgiveness, I actually require blessings that my arrogance, my ego, my lusty desires, all of these flaws and faults can be removed so that my soul can shine in service to Gurudeva and Krishna. So, generally, these things are said for those practicing sadhana. But even in the state of perfection, this can happen. This incident occurred in Vaikuntha between the 4 Kumaras and Jaya and Vijay. But it is for giving instruction to those of us performing sadhana. So, in one sense, because here Gurudeva is saying that it can even happen in the state of perfection. In reality, technically it can't. But for the purpose of Leela and for teaching us, sadhakas, a lesson, it may. So, in the purport of Srimad Bhagavatam, in this section, Yudhishthira Maharaj could not understand. Wait, he said, I can't accept that someone can fall from Vaikuntha and that they can make a mistake and that they can become subject to the inebrities of being disrespectful and be cursed. How is this? I can't accept it. And so in the purport there, Srila Prabhupada writes, it is a fact that no one can ever fall from Vaikuntha. This was the Leela of the Lord. It was by the influence of Yogamaya, Krishna's internal potency, that his servants, Jaya and Vijay, at the gates, were disrespectful to the 4 Kumaras. Why? Srimad Narayan simply had the desire. Virras, he wanted to fight. I just lost my page. Oh, I think I might have found it again. He wanted to fight. Immediately upon the desire of the Lord, his Yogamaya potency automatically takes care of everything. Within a moment. Within the hearts of Jaya and Vijay, they desired, we want to fulfill his desire to fight. This was within their hearts. And then came the whole pastime, where they were disrespectful to the 4 Kumaras. The 4 Kumaras cursed them. Then everyone's standing there going, what just happened? 4 Kumaras are like, we just cursed the eternal associates of Narayan. And the eternal associates of Narayan were like, we were just so rude and disrespectful to the 4 Kumaras. And then Narayan comes out smiling, twisting a lotus flower. Actually, this all took place according to my desire. I desire to fight. So, after that, then he gave them, you will take birth 3 times in the material world as my enemy. And then came Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu, who were killed by Lord Nrsimhadev and Varahadev. Then Ravan and Kumbhakarna, who were killed by Sri Ram and his associates. And then Shishupala and Dantavakra, who were killed by Krishna in Dwarka Leela. And then again, one more time they came as Jagai and Madai. They were not killed, but their demonic tendencies in their hearts were killed by the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and especially Nityananda Prabhu, and they became pure devotees. So for us, here and now, this is our hope, our everything, that even though we may have so many disqualifications, even though our hearts might be filled with so many anartas, dark, dirty, nasty things, still, by the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu, by the mercy of Mahaprabhu, by the mercy of Guru and Vaishnavas, these things can be cleaned out. All of it can be uprooted, and we can actually manifest our real, eternal, intrinsic nature as pure devotees of Krishna by their mercy. So we have to also understand Yad Gattvamam Nivartante Tadhama Paramam Mama. Krishna is saying that once you have attained to my transcendental abode, you never have to take birth in this material world. Maya cannot even cross the Viraja, means the dividing line between the material and the spiritual worlds, which is unlimited. So how can she go into Krishna's Leela, Mahamaya, how can she go into Krishna's Leela and bewilder anyone and make them against Krishna or his devotees? Impossible. Not possible. But Krishna's own internal potency, Yogamaya, can do so. And so we should understand that this is for the purpose of Leela, not that they are actually conditioned souls. By the presence of Yogamaya, Jai and Vijay took on the sentiments of the greatest demons that this world has ever known. And they created holy hell and havoc in the entire universe. Any demon of these days is like nothing. They're like peanuts next to those ones. Those ones took over the entire universe. All of these subterranean heavenly planets, the other heavenly planets, and everything in between. They had all of the demigods as their slaves, reversed the effects of karma, made it so if you did bad things, you got good results, and if you did good things, you got bad results. They had all of the great sages as their slaves, offering prayers to them. These kind of demons, those Hiranyakashipu kind of demons, Ravana kind of demons, very powerful demons. These days, there's something, but not like that. Maybe we'll see it again, hopefully not. So, Krishna says, who comes to my abode, they never have to return to the material world. There's no chance for inebriety, or to speak of real inebriety, but by his internal potency, he can manifest and show, look at this mindset of this greatest demonic idea, or ideal, the greatest demonic ideal. So Krishna has so many associates, and they all have their uniqueness. There are so many incarnations and sources of incarnations of Bhagavan, and they all have their associates. But Krishna's associates are more special than them, more special than the devotees of Narasingha and all other incarnations. Remember, Gurudev said it is a matter of the depth of love. That is the speciality. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is discussing Bhagavat Tattva, or Krishna Tattva, God Tattva, according to Shastra, or Vishnu Tattva, Krishna, Narayan, Ram, Narasingha, Vaman, all are one. Diparchareva hirasantarma vipete dipayate. Like one candle lights the next, lights the next, lights the next, but still fire is fire. So how do you differentiate one aspect of Bhagavan from another? According to Tattva Vichar, or essential foundational truth, they are one. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he showed how to differentiate. It is really according to the reciprocation of Bhagavan, according to the love of the devotees. So which love completely captures and controls Krishna and bewilders him as well, so much so that he forgets he's God and becomes subservient to that love. Only the love of the Brajavasis. And especially, only the love of Srimati Radhika. Only in Vrindavan you will see that. So based on these principles, not only looking from Tattva Vichar, or the perspective of Tattva, that God is God is God, all these forms of Bhagavan are same wine, new bottle, but now we need to differentiate. How do you differentiate? Rasa Vichar, the conception of relationship, love and affection, and the depth of that love. How deep, how surrendered, how exclusive is that love? Then you see the reciprocation of Krishna according to that love and affection, like we've seen in the Leela of Paitagaon, where Krishna's manifesting his four-armed Narayan form. All of the gopis who came to that area, they were Dandava Pranam. Oh Narayan, have you seen Krishna? Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? And only from a distance, Srimati Radhika was coming in that direction, and a breeze blew past her cloth, carrying the fragrance of her transcendental form to Krishna. Upon that fragrance entering his nostrils, at that very moment he felt, now my life is successful. I feel like the most fortunate of fortunate beings in the entire universe. And immediately he couldn't remember what he was doing. Forearms, whatever. It was like two back inside, and he was immediately standing there in his most charming threefold bending form, Shyamam Trimhangaladitam, of Shyam Sundar, completely mesmerized. And at that moment, Srimati Radhika stood in front of him in a beautiful transcendental love or beauty competition, which love competition manifested, ensued. So, this is the nature of the love of the Brajabasis for Krishna, so much so that he's completely controlled. He is Madan Mohan, who attracts and bewilders the minds of millions and millions of cupids. They fall flat on the ground and faint at the idea of the beauty which is simply emanating from his toenails. But how amazing, how beautiful is Srimati Radhika. She is Madan Mohan Mohini. Although millions of cupids faint upon seeing him, Venum karam nipatitam skalitam shikandam, Krishna loses all composure. His peacock feather, his mukut, his flute, fall to the ground. He becomes completely mesmerized. He even loses composure. And he becomes completely subservient to that love and affection of Srimati Radhika. So, the devotees of other incarnations serve their Lord with humility and folded hands. But Krishna's devotees sometimes fight and quarrel with him and display man, jealous anger. Such a bhav is found in their service, and therefore they are greater. So Srila Gurudev is saying that sometimes they quarrel with him and fight with him. One time Krishna was wrestling with his friend, and it was Sridam. He was wrestling with Sridam. And as they were wrestling, Sridam took Krishna and slammed him in the dust and jumped on top of him. At that time, Durvasa was sitting at a distance watching, thinking, oh my God, literally. He sees Krishna as God because he's a Jnani Bhakta. So he's seeing Krishna as God. Oh my God. Aho bhagyam nanda gopa vrajokasam yammitram paramanandam purnam brahma sanatana. How is it possible? The Supreme Absolute Truth himself, Purna Brahma Sanatana, is playing like an ordinary child in the courtyard of Nanda Baba. How fortunate are the Brajabasis? How fortunate are they? Aho bhagyam. So he's witnessing this and completely shocked. His mouth is just wide open, watching that Krishna's friend, Supreme Absolute Truth's little friend, takes him and slams him in the dust and jumps on top of him and says, I have won. And Krishna's lying down on his back, looking at him saying, no, you have not, I won. And they're like, what? And the other coward boys are looking at him. How have you won? You're on your back. Sridam's on top. How have you won? And Krishna, little cheeky Krishna, is trying to wiggle his way out of it by some weird word jugglery. He said, because my nose is pointed upward and yours is down, so I have won. And they're like, that's not right. You can't, that's not fair. You can't make up new rules as you're wrestling. And Krishna's like, no, that's the rules. That's what it is. My nose is up, so I won. And they're like, what? Let's go ask that Baba over there. So they went and asked him, hey Baba, Baba, you saw everything. Tell us who won. Tell us who won for real. And he was just completely shocked. What's going on? Mouth wide open. And then Krishna sat on one leg, Sriram sat on the other leg. And they're like, hey, Baba, tell us who won. You saw everything. And he couldn't speak anything. He was completely stunned and speechless. And then they were pulling on his beard. Hey, tell us what you saw. And at that moment, he saw inside of Krishna's mouth. He saw millions of universes, all of the Brahmanda. And he saw himself, Durvasa saw himself enter into Krishna's mouth. And he was there floating in this Brahmanda for what seemed like an eternity. And then he came back out. And he's there, and these two boys, Krishna sitting on one, Sriram on the other. And they're pulling on his beard. Hey, tell us. And they're like, are you dumb? Are you deaf? What's your problem? Baba, tell us. And they're pulling on his beard. And then they said, he's useless. And they left, and they just walked away to continue playing. But Durvasa was completely stunned. So Gurudev is saying that in Braj, like this, Krishna's friends, they don't see that he's God. They just see he's my friend. And they will wrestle him. They will throw him in the dirt. They will fight with him. Krishna will dance for the elderly gopis for Makan Mishri. A little bit of butter, a little bit of sugar candy or laddu. Oh, if will you dance and sing? I will give you a laddu. Krishna will start dancing and singing, little Krishna like that. And especially, Srimati Radhika, she turns and walks the other way. I don't want to see him. I don't want to see. Krishna becomes completely lost. What? And he's desperately struggling just to get her to glance at him even once. Please, Kripakataksha Bhajanam, give me your sidelong glance just once. Desperately trying to get her attention. Please give me your mercy. He's praying for that. Smaragarla kandanam mama shirashi mandanam dehi parapalavamudaram. Please give me your mercy. Place your lotus feet upon my head. Krishna is praying for this. How desperate he becomes for her attention. Completely controlled by the love of his devotees. This is the speciality of Vrindavan. This is where Krishna puts down all of his Aishvaryata, all of that dhyan and everything. He even forgets it. Mugdata, that I am God. And he thinks, I am the son of Nanda and Yashoda. I am the friend of Sridam, Sudam, Dam, Vasudam, Subal, Arjuna, Lavanga. I am the beloved of Srimati Radhika, Lalita Vishaka, Champakalata, Chitra, Sudevi, Rangadevi, Induleka, and Gurudenis, Tungavidya, Ashtasaki. So many. I am the beloved of the gopis. And he's also completely absorbed in those pastimes. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to awaken within us the mood of a Brajavasi, how to enter into Vrindavan proper. With what kind of mood, what kind of service, what kind of love and affection. Today, who sent it to me? My Gurudev said mother, Radha Gokulananda. I have a birth mother and I have another mother. And she sent me a beautiful quote from Srila Prabhupada and Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. He's very succinctly explaining that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to show what is the highest and best, sweetest rasa, that is Madhurya rasa, and came to awaken in all of us how we can enter into that rasa and serve Radha and Krishna within that rasa. Through the medium of Rupa Goswami, he has given us all of that. So, now it is time. We will continue tomorrow. Srila Gurudev ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Rupanuga Guru Varga ki jai, Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Gaura Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. Believe it or not, we're on page 133, 132. Look how much we've done. I don't really want it to end. I'm afraid that as soon as this ends, then we have to leave India. So.
We just start another scripture.
Yeah, but there's even so many pages. It's only a few pages.
No, we'll start another scripture. Don't worry, we're not leaving.
Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Gaura Hare 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 Gaura Hare Jai Gurudev Jai 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 Gaur Premanande Sudevi ki jai Shri Prabhupada ki jai Bhanu Guru Varga ki jai Pratipad Shri Narayan Prabhu ki jai Prem Purusham Shachitam Gaur Hari ki jai Radha Vinu Bihari Ji ki jai Radha Ji ki jai Giriraj Maharaj ki jai Harinam Sankirtan ki jai Hare Krishna Mahamantra ki jai Gaur Bhaktivedanta ki jai Nitai Gaur Premanande Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Shyam Hari. So thank you all for being with us today and giving us the opportunity to remember the beautiful teachings of our Gurudev and our Guru Varga, and to really reflect on all of these very important, essential things which are beneficial for our mind, our body, our soul, our everything. and also for giving us the opportunity to do our Guru Seva, for which we are very indebted. We look forward to being with all of you tomorrow. Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat
Hare
Pranam.
Krishna. Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe.
Radha
Hare
Vinogi
Krishna.
Hari Ju. Ki
Jai.
Jai. Sachidanand Gaur Hari.
Ki Jai.